Am I audible now? Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what happened to my headset. So what I was uh, talking all about what we have discussed yesterday. We have discussed about modeling, how we can set up a model in our Power BI. All right. We have talked about primary keys, foreign key, dimensions, measures, and whatnot, cardinalities, cross filters, and all. So today we are going to talk about DAX, data analysis expressions. Okay, probably it may take 2 days or 3 days. Okay, so stay tuned with me and focus on content and my screen and my voice. So today we are going to see DAX importance and various types of DAX and and all. This all are we are going to see, and literally we are going to work on this. I'm going to take you through from basic to at least intermediate or above intermediate level. Okay, so in order to do so at least intermediate level DAX, we have to pretty much very much strong in our basic concepts, right? So that's the reason we'll go step by step. So what is DAX? It's a data analysis expressions. So every BI tool, you take anything, or okay, forget about BI. If you look at SQL also, right? SQL in database also will write functions. That's called as a calculated field. In Tableau, we'll call as a calculated field. In Excel, we'll write the functions, formulas, right? Let's assume this is like my Excel workbook. Here, if you go to formulas, we'll write formulas, basic summation, average, whatnot, everything we have here. So in the same way, in Power BI also, yes, Kiran, um, we are going to work on DAX from basics. So in Power BI also, we'll write functions. That is nothing but a DAX. Very simple. Okay. What is DAX? It's a formula. It's a formula. Okay. In our school life, we have also written some formulas, right? In Max, we have done. In mathematics, what we have done in order to do some, in order to do aggregate two values, we'll use some in Max. 1 plus 2, 20, 10, 25. Our teacher asked us to do addition. So what we have done? We have done some Max, right? 47. So this is something called sum. Yes, no. We have done multiplication also. Tables, you remember? We read tables. We read division. We know divisions. So these all are when it comes to Max. Okay, it's all mathematical operation we performed on numerics, on measures. In same way, in Power BI also, so we'll write functions that will be called as a DAX. So this DAX language known by my Power BI. So here also we'll write DAX. Why we are writing DAX and all? Let's see what my presentation is saying. Okay, my DAX function definitely will have some constants, expressions. We'll see what these all constants, expressions, and formula, and what operators. This all we'll see one by one. Okay, so it's actually collection, bunch of operators, constant values, expressions in our DAX function. For example, let's take one basic example. This is my Excel workbook, correct? So if I want to write, if I want to aggregate these values, what I will do? I think you all are already seen Excel, and you might have already worked on one with very basic functions, right? So that's the reason I have taken same example to understand in better way DAX. You see, we are using some function here, and it's expecting some numbers. This is nothing but a argument. Okay, if I refer to any cell, I am referring to one cell. This is called a reference. If I want to add one number, okay, manually, it would be some constant value, 10. All right. So if I do some y, since we don't have any value in y2, it will give me only 10. Okay, let's say 20. If I'm say 20, 20 plus 30, it is equal to 30. Sorry, 20 plus 10 is equal to 30. So 10 is a constant. Sometimes we'll write some operator also. Okay, something like this, greater than symbol, equal symbol. Okay, and we have all those operators already in place. So let's go through this. So why DAX is so important? So guys, so we have a raw data. Always we'll have data in this form only, raw data. So from this raw data, we have to bring some insights through DAX, right? For example, somebody asks you what is, um, so let's try to understand what is the importance of formula. Yeah, importance, right? Yeah, just give a second. I will give a very good example. Okay, you all see cricket, right? You'll see cricket. Let assume, wait, let me get some values here. I have to first, I need to build some numbers here, right? Just stay here. Player one, player two, right? Let's see the importance of DAX and how business will take decision out of this. This is some, this is average. This is okay. What is average? Guys, just my screen. Don't look at this formulas and all. Wow. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Let me just bring something in my mind. Just hold on. I'm going to be crazy now. Okay. Yeah. So this is match one. Okay. 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 I'm going to make few changes here. No, let's keep as it is. Mm, target is target is okay. Target is 60. Let us assume target is 55 overs. Let's say 5 hours. Okay, guys. Guys, if you look at my screen now, okay, these all are very dummy data, but very interesting subject. So this player one and player two is a middle order batsman, not openers. Okay, they played match one and they scored 35. Player one, this guy scored 41. Player two again in next match, this guy scored 44 and this player two scored 45. If you look at their average, it is 57 here. Okay, player one average is 57 and player two average is almost 52. Okay, or else what we can say, can we bring close to 50? No, it's not required. Keep as it is. Okay, so now we are in final match. Okay, I want to place, I want to send one player out of these two. Okay, any quick idea whom I need to send out of from player one? Do I need to send player one and do I need to send player two? But if you look at the average score, this player one scored 51, but this player scored 52. All right, now my target is to get 55 to win the match. Okay, but if you look at average, both are almost equal. Right? But if you look at the standard deviation, standard deviation is high in player 1. If you look at the standard deviation in player 2, it's only 17. That means plus or minus player 2 may hit, he may go till here 69, or he may score this one. His range, player 2 may score minimum 34 or maximum 69. This is the range. If you look at the same score, same range of player 1, he may score 80 or he may score 33. Okay, let's put my target is at least, yeah, numbers are a bit here. Let's say I want to achieve 40. So what I will do, I don't look at this average. I will look at the standard deviation, because if you look at the standard deviation, right, this player 2 may score minimum 34 or he may score at least 69. But if you look at the player 1, his average is very good, 57, but we cannot sure that he is going to score at least 40 run, because his standard deviation is 23. You're getting? So this is the importance of having a DAX in place. Let's say, let me make good number here. He I have to bring these all people into one platform, then you will understand it in better way. Okay, 68, but here average, I have to bring average also here, probably 50, 80, 0 somewhere, 0. Yeah, now you will get some clear idea. Let's increase the values here. 84, 36. Okay, let's 50. Now almost close. Yes, now it makes a lot of sense now. Yeah, now you see now. Now you're getting, this is player 2. This is player 1. Now this makes a lot of sense now. You see now, if you look at the average, both average are similar, 63, 64. But if you look at the standard deviation, standard deviation of player 2 is 18. That means he may hit minimum 46 runs. He can go till 81. If you look at the player 1 standard deviation, it's 36. That means he may score maximum 100 runs, but minimum 28 runs. Now if I send player 1, so I'm not sure that he's going to score 40, because if you look at his track record, he performed extremely well in match 1, but in match 3 he scored only 0. There is no consistency in player 1, but average score is 64. But if you look at player 2, there is a consistency in player 2. So I can, based on my numbers, I can assume at least 90-95% I can assume that, okay, if I send player 2, so he may definitely hit 40 runs, because his standard deviation is very low, and minimum he can score 46 minimum, and maximum he can go 81. If you see player 1 score, he may end up with 28. That means he cannot achieve 40 also. So this is the importance of the DAX, and this is the importance of the stats. Getting now? Wait, Saurav, is that clear now? Now you understood that? Yeah, you understood now what is the importance DAX you should understand, and importance of the stats you should understand. Very simple. Player 1 and player 2 playing in 6 matches. Not clear? Okay. So player 1, player 2. Let's say Who is middle order batsman? Let's say player one and player two. Let's keep it as it is. Okay, player one and player two playing a match in a series, World Cup match. They played from match 1 to 6. Okay, this scores this score 144, and in match 3 player 1 is duck out. Okay, these are the scores. Now these are final scores, but if you look at the average, people always looking at the average, but it's not, you will not get 100% analysis based on the average. You always look at the variance and standard deviation. If you look at the average, both are equal, 64 63. Now what is your target in another match? These are my final match. These both are middle order batsmen. Now in order to win the match, they have to score at least 40, and I have it two players in my place whom I need to send. So I don't look at the average now. I will look at their standard deviation, how far they are from the average. So if I look at the standard deviation of player 2, it's 18. That means he can score minimum 46 runs. That means what? Plus or minus, standard deviation always plus or minus. So he can score minimum 46 runs, and he can go beyond 81. If you see, he scored 84 also here. See here, he scored 84 also. So he can minimum, damn sure, 100% sure that he can score at least 46 runs. But if you look at player one, his player one average also same 64. But if you look at the standard deviation is very high. That means he can score minimum 28. He can start from 28, right? And he can go till 100. So I am not going to send this player on because he may fail to score less than 28 also, right? I should prefer player 2 because definitely he will score 46. What is my target? 40. Definitely he can score 40 runs. But if I send player 1, he may he may not reach my target, because if you look at the trend in match 3, he scored 0. In match 1 he score 100. That's the reason average is 64. Again, if I send now in my final match, he may end up with 0 also. Getting? So that is the very importance of your DAX. Basic concepts you should understand out of this. All right, very questions. Why? Oh, exactly. So DAX function, stats, everything, it will help us to take right decisions, quick decisions and right decision. Now why people are saying data driven decision, they are not looking only average, they will look at the stats. And with this DAX functions, we can write formulas to achieve these numbers. Getting? All of you clear? I can give you very simple example of what is your sales in last year. Do a sum of this sales, get the sales. That's it. But that is not sufficient. This is a very basic. We are not here to know what basics. You can get this number in Google also. If you visit few YouTubes, if you do search, right, you will get the same answer. What is the help of DAX? You can look at your trend of sales. You can look at the trend of your quantity or discount and all. That's it. One line definition. This is the importance. By having these many DAX formulas, you can get the insight. That's of course it's a part of importance, but we are not here to know those basics. You can get it from YouTube also. Why we have chosen tutor, why we have chosen Edureka, why we are dedicatingly spending this amount of time here, because to know some extra information, right? So if you look at my screen, so this is pretty much enough to know what is the importance of DAX and what is the importance of formulas. So these insights you cannot take this insight directly from the data. You have to write some formulas as I have written here, average, some deviation and all. So in Power BI also we have a scope to write those formulas. That is the importance, right? So basic stats is enough, but don't read anything now, because we have to get some knowledge in Power BI. That is second level. So Purti Sharma, there is no difference. In fact, there is no different in Excel and Power BI, because both are belongs to same family, right? Now let's see how to efficient this is all we covered here. DAX formula provide the capability to create reports. Yes, at the end we are going to drag those measures, those formulas in our report, so that our end user business stakeholders can take right decision at right place. Okay. And if you look at the data types in I think in first class or second class, I explained what is the importance of data types. You remember, we're trying to extract some number using right function, and we add that value in some function, and we end up with zero values, right? So you can apply same logic here. We have these many data types in our Power BI. Numeric, string. What is string? What is numeric? Again, numeric means number. Numeric means number, 1 2 3 and so on. What is string? String is nothing but text. What is binary objects? It's nothing but true or false. Everywhere same data types you will see. All right. If you go further in numeric, you will see integers, decimal, and currency, date, and all. All right. So in DAX formula, we have a scope to work with these many data types. Again, I will tell you one thing here. Is this right place to tell? Just give me a second. Yeah. This is the right place. You see now, what you have to remember whenever you're writing any formula. This is formula. This is thumb rule, guys. Basic but very, very important. Okay. No, this is erase all. Let's take our DBMS. Yeah, this is clean. So here we are writing one sum formula. He will expect some value, right? Same thing last time also I discussed on the same thing. You have to remember these things. What is input and what is output? It will expect some number here. So you always give input in number only. Here also it will accept some number. So you always give input in number. Okay. At the end you are going to get some result. So you have to focus on that output also. For example, if I passed here 4 plus 4 and 4, it's going to give me 8 value. So what is this data type? It's a number again. On top of this, if you want to perform some other function, probably let's take count. Let's say average. Average is what we are going to take this, right? What is the formula of average? Total. These are total orders, for example, total. And what is this value to get the average? So average function also expecting something, right? It has some syntax. Average, some syntax it's needed, some values needed by default. So that is also expecting some value, but what is the data type of that value? This input, it should be number, right? So you are passing one another, you have done some calculation by using some, okay, you got some output, so you should know what is this data type. Okay, that is point number one. Again, on top of this, if you are going to perform some other calculations, some other functions, right? So you are going to pass this output into average function as a input. So here also those two data types should be matched. If those two data types are not matching, then you won't get right information. Average also expecting only numeric stuff. Okay, if you are passing text, then it won't accept your number. Getting? So input and output of data types and are very much important here. Input and output. In between these, there is a function. It could be sum, or it could be a average, or it could be anything. So you have to keep in mind. So what is it's giving at the end as a results? Okay. So let's go back to my screen. So these are a lot of data types we have in our Power BI. Yesterday we discussed about star schema design, and this analytical query is not that important. Again, we'll come back here. Huh. Now using DAX, we have three options. I mean, we can create column, we can create measures, and we can create table. What does it mean? Using formula, using a formulas, you can create column that can be called as a calculated column here, and somewhere in SQL and Tableau, right, it will be called as a calculated field. That means one column is driven. You see this? If you look at this, this is, this column doesn't have any formula. You see, there is nothing, right? It's coming from data. If I do something like this, sales multiply with quantity, okay, total sales, for example. So I have driven one column with what? With functions, right? With some mathematical operations, I got these numbers. I simply multiplied the sales with quantity, I got some number. This is called a calculated field, calculated column. So this is not directly coming from database. This is we introduced in our data set with use by using formulas, or you can say by DAX. That is called as a calculated column, right? And what is calculated measure? Calculated measure is, you see here we have written this. You see here we have written some formulas, right, in a cell. So this is nothing but a calculated measures. A, a column which driven by a function, it's called a calculated field. A value which is driven by a function called a calculated measure, or measure, simply measure, right? Now, what is calculated table now here? The same thing. So a table will be populated by using DAX. That means by using formula, we can populate one table also. That will be called as a calculated table. So let's, without wasting much time, what we can do, we'll populate one table now. First, we'll go from this. We'll populate one table using DAX functions. Then we'll populate few columns using DAX functions. Then we'll calculate, we'll bring some measures using DAX functions. Correct? Let's go back to our Power BI. So now all of you just open this Power BI desktop. Okay, once you open this Power BI desktop, connect to your Superstore data quickly. Where is my Superstore data? Yes. Quickly connect to your Superstore data. We are going to perform few activities now. We are going to add calculated field, calculated table, and calculated measures using DAX functions. Now take those three tables and load it. We'll see once again. This all we'll see once again. Just add Superstore data in your Power BI. All of you done? We'll see calculated field, calculated table, everything. Nilesh, even I'm not sure why they kept Boolean in numeric. They should separate it in that chart. Yes. Yes, Neha. Calculated column could be any data type. Perfect. Now we added tables in our Power BI. What we have to do, this is one step is done, right? Now if you look at my people, right, you see column 3 column 4 are there. I have to do some formatting, but as of now not required. Let's what we'll do, yeah, go to this, where in data view, go to data view. So here you see new table, new column, new measures. Okay, we have various options to create table, to create columns, to create measures. Don't confuse, there is no difference. You can create table from here, or you can create going by in this area also you can create. Okay, don't confuse. Let's see here, we'll create a table in data view. You see a new table. If you hover your mouse on this new table, say write a DAX expression to create a new table. Okay, click on it. So I'm going to add one table which holds entire information regarding dates. I'm going to bring one master date table in my model. All right. So if you look at the syntax, you see this is the syntax. This one indicates line number. It's not part of your DAX. This one is line number. It's not part of your DAX. Okay. This table is a DAX name and it should be a unique, right? DAX name, function name. Why should I have function name? I have my name, right? Why I'm having my name? It make easy to call, right? That's the reason that should be in readable format. And we are going to call this table in our report, in our analysis. Okay. Let's say I'm giving master data. You can have any name here. Okay. Now, after giving your function name, right? Formula name, you should always give this equal symbol. Now start writing DAX function. So if we have a one function called calendar, right? Calendar. The moment when I say C or A, anything, so whatever we have DAX functions in Power BI, those all will be displayed as shown here. See now, if I say C, all the functions will be coming up. I'm more interested to use calendar. Say calendar. So this is the DAX function. Now, what is important to know here? You like just blindly follow the syntax. It's expecting something. It's saying start date. In calendar, we have it two arguments, two parameter to pass, and first parameter is expecting to have start date, right? And second parameter is asking us to pass end date, right? The moment when you pass these two parameters, it will give us a table with single column, right? So even here you see return a table with one column of all dates between start and end date. Now in order tables we have a order date. So now you tell me start date should be a minimum first date of my order date, right? So how do you get my first date out of this? First date, any answers? First date, I want to get first date from this. Sort as per date, use, yeah, okay. So there is another function called, yes, Kiran, absolutely correct, there is function called min. Okay, in interview also they will put questions in different way. What is the latest date? So don't confuse, they are asking latest in on how should I get latest date. They're asking least date, how should I get least date. At the end you have to use minimum and maximum. Maximum always give you latest date, right? Minimum always give you least date. So I am using another function here, minimum. Now if you see here, It's expecting something again, column name. So I know my order dates is in order table. So when I say orders, so just look at my screen, how it's treating now. First text, this is a table followed by field name. My field or my column names are in square bracket. You see here, if you say order, it's referring to order tables and it's showing all column names what we have in our order table. You see, now from this, what I have to take, I have to simply say select order ID. So what it does, it takes minimum value from order date, comma. What is syntax saying? Comma, right? Comma. Now what is end date? I have to select max. You see here max syntax, and they have given one definition also. Return the largest numeric value or largest string in a column, or the largest value between two scalar expressions. Now again, I know that my order dates are in order table with in order date column. Simply select, say OK. Close the bracket. See, if I'm closing the bracket, right, you see that means max function is closed now. Again, if I close the bracket, it highlighting main function. You see calendar. Now simply say OK now. Here I have taken order ID, right? Order date. Yeah. Say OK. If you make any mistakes, it will be coming in. You see there is one red line under this comma. You see there. If you are typing any in irrelevant information, okay, you'll see one red line. Okay. And if you see this here also, that will be highlighted in a red color. If you enter, then it won't give you any value. Let's say OK. You see too many arguments were passed to the calendar function. The maximum argument count for the function is 2. We passed only 2 arguments. Here again we added another extra argument. Is saying calendar function takes only 2 arguments. Why you are passing another argument? Okay, so let's remove that argument. Say OK. Click on this right symbol. You see now we got one table with single column with multiple rows. This is how you can populate a table using DAX function. This master date is a function name. I have my name, right? My name is Abdul. Okay, so this table has a name called master date. You can name as you want. Getting? Here we have a calendar. Let's remove once again calendar. And what here we have a 2 arguments to pass. One is start date and another one is end date. How can I get start date is a minimum? From where should I get? I should have some reference to pass minimum value, right? So I know that there is a one column called order date in orders table. You look at the syntax now, the behavior of Power BI desktop in DAX especially. You're just familiar with this behavior first. So orders table, in order tables, order dates I have. Just simply say. Now close the bracket. Don't forget to close the bracket. Now this minimum function is done. This is done. You see, this is done now. Now what is calendar syntax again? Comma. You see syntax, I have to pass end date. End date I can pass through a max function. Max again here, I have to pass order date. You just hit tab or you can select by mouse. It's up to you. Close the bracket. Now I'm closing this max function. Max is done. Again, I have to pass another bracket to close my calendar function. That's it. Simply say OK now. If I make any mistakes, okay, or I'm sending some irrelevant stuff, so by default, my DAX will show error. You see now, if I'm trying to add some other things here, it's showing in red line. You see, so you should understand. You should know that I'm passing one function, but my calendar DAX will not support this function because my calendar has only two arguments. We already passing those two arguments. Whatever you are sending, it's a not valid. Okay. What if you see line red line, that means it's not valid. You are making mistakes there. Once everything is done, simply click on OK. You will get these values. Done. Okay. Can you please explain this already? Now this date is called as a calculated column, right, Abdul? Now this is called as a calculated table because we populated one table here through a DAX. You remember we have taken new table. We didn't take new column. We taken new table here. Yeah. Yes, you can add one more. One more. Can we add one more column in table? Yes, you can. Sneha, why you're confusing? Still confused? If master date is a new function, will it accept new arguments in future? See, this is your. This is see. This is a function name. In this function name, we using DAX. This is a formula, right? You have a name called Sneha, right? Same way, this DAX has a name called master date. Simple. Sneha, you have a name, right? You have a Sneha. You get how I can call you with your name, right? So if I want to call you Sneha, come here, I would say, right? Same way. So in order to call this DAX, I mentioned name. Here you have to pass order date. Edureka guest, you are passing order ID. You see, I did the same mistake here. No, we should not pass order ID. We have to pass order date, right? Yeah, this can be called anywhere. Yes, exactly. Right now you can rename this one also. Not required now, but you can rename. Let's do one thing now. Let's start adding few columns to this table, right? In order to add columns, then what you have to do? You just click on this. You just select this one, this table, then click on new column. Now we are adding columns here. What I said, it should have one name here. All right. So here, let's say what we'll do now, we'll call months here, month. Okay. So in order to call month again, what I have to do, there are couple, see, this is only for dates related stuff. You will get few extra functions when you are playing with dates. Okay, but not for other calculated fields. So now we are playing with the date column, right? You see now, in order to get months, one option is you bring this month as a DAX. You see here month. Now what? Now open the bracket. Now what is expecting to add? Date. Now I cannot pass something like this. Jan, can I say this? No. It is expecting order date there. Date. Then it will give the value. You see now. Now I want to extract month from this, right? So this dates in which table? This date column is in master table, right? You see now master. The moment when I say master, right? So I'm getting master table, and next to this master date, I have another column also. All right, select that. Now simply say close. Say OK. We'll see month will be populated here. See first, second, third, fourth. This all belongs to 1st Jan. So if you scroll down, you will see here, this is all our second month. This is one way of calling a month. And what is another way? Again, go to new column. I'm keep on doing this. Don't worry. If you miss, you can connect the dots for previous formula. Month name followed by equal. Okay. Now master date. I'm saying master date. You see, when I call master date column, you will see here name something. So you see few more options available here. You simply select month. Say okay. You will get the Jan. Getting? This is only for date column. You will see this functionality only for date column. This one options. You can bring quarters, you can bring year, you can bring quarter number, you can bring month name, you can bring day also, you can bring date also out of your date, right? For example, in real time you have the same dates here, but you don't have a year. How you will get the year? Click on new column. In real time also you will have dates. Now you need to get years from your date column. Then you see one option year. We have a year also. DAX. Say year. I have to pass date here. Simply say right option. You see, we see all the dates, years here. You scroll down. Getting? If you want to get again quarters, yes, you can get quarters. We have different quarters. For example, fiscal year or different. You may ask me how we can customize our fiscal year. So for that, you have to write if function and function to get customize quarters. Okay, quarters followed by equal symbol. Now master date again. From this, what I can get quarter also. You see, now how many quarters we have? We have in a year 4 quarters, right? Jan, Feb, March is a 1 quarter. April, May, June is a second, right? So on, 4 quarters. So this is how you can get some information from your date column. And now this will be called as a calculated field or calculated column using DAX. Using DAX function, we brought one column. All right. Getting? Now again, how I want to see, let's do once again. Let's take new column to get day. I want to see which date is, right? Day. We have something called, let's say, will it day? Yes, I think we'll see. It's giving days 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Let's again go to new column. Day equal to, we have fun DAX called format. You see this one, format. Here something saying its value. That means we have to pass date column. And here saying format. Here I will say D. Then simply close the bracket. Okay. Now it will give me, it's already there. Okay. You see, now it should be unique as I said. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so on. If I say here MMM, it will give me Jan, Feb, March, same. Getting? So there are various ways to extract the information. This is specially for dates table. All right. Getting, guys? Yeah, hold on, guys. I will unmute you all. Then you can ask me your questions. Yes, Raju, as I said, right, you can customize your quarter also. But for that, you have to write if function. So once you are clear with this DAX and all, right, we'll go through this if condition and condition and all, right, then probably you could able to write by your own DAX to customize your quarters, right? Yeah. Okay, guys, is it clear? S- Ha, Sneha, you will just hold on. You will understand slowly. Okay. So here we brought one calculated table. On top of that, we are adding few more extra columns by using DAX functions. That's it. Okay. So Anupama, it's already there now in date. If you see here, it's already there. You go there. You can just do a formatting and all. It's already there. You see here, it's already there. But you can still get, yeah. Don't do standard deviation, Purti Sharma. Acha, someone said, you who Kiran? I want to unmute Kiran. Where are you, Kiran? Kiran, Kiran F. Yes. Yeah, Kiran, you unmute yourself. Kiran, I unmuted. Okay, no worries. Kiran Rita Pure. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Kiran R. Uh,
Yes, yes, that's right, Abdul.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my first question is in date column, you just fetch mean and max date, right?
Could you repeat? I just what I did?
You just fetched minimum and maximum date range, right?
Correct, correct.
Okay, so my question over here is it gonna populate the same date that is already exist in the order table, or is it gonna populate all the dates that is coming in that range?
Exactly. It's going to give us all the dates between this range, between max and minimum. Good question. What
Oh,
Kiran trying to say in order date, we have, for example, 1 Jan. You go on mute, Kiran. Something like this, 2012. Okay, and 1 Jan, second order, something like this, 2012. And we don't have few more records for the Jan. At the end, we have few more details for 6th December for 2012. So by using this calendar master data, by giving this minimum maximum right range, right, we are going to get remaining stuff also, which is not part in orders table in order, what do you call, order dates. Getting these dates are missing in order date column. By using this calendar function, you are going to get dates from 1st Jan to 6th December. Getting? Okay, cool. Now just erase all. Perfect. Now again, let's do some more DAX. Okay.
Abdul, do we need to do all these expressions in our Power BI desktop?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so we haven't created anything. You need to give us some time.
Guys, could you all just give a try?
Yeah, please. But you need to show the formulas, I guess, because I'm
Arey,
facing
why?
some bracket error.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. See what I used. I'm not going to show you formulas, but definitely will show some things. Max. If I show, then you will won't learn. Minimum. Okay. Then on top of this, what I did, you just call master date. You say this dot symbol is there. That's it. This is for, I will give you only this calendar. Then month, you have to populate this only 1 month. The rest all are you just whatever you see dots there, right? Quickly just populate those all in your table. So from where did I get this all details? Simply guys, just look at my screen. Go to data view. Go to data view. I hope you all are uploaded this data in your Power BI desktop. This orders people global superstore data. I think you are already imported in your Power BI desktop. Once you imported data, go to this data view. Step 1, import data, superstore data. Step 2, go to data view. Step 3, click on new table. New table. Then say master date, give this formula. Then what you have to do, you have to just explode these all options by using this one. You can get this one, or you can, what you can do, just do a experiment on month passing with this date, master date. Just give a try with this one also. It will give the same results what you see here in this, but again here you say day. Okay guys, just quickly do it. I will take 5 minutes break, not more than 5 minutes. Okay, you want to go on break, and you can go on break also, 5 minutes timer. That's it, I'm on mute. I will come back in 5 minutes. Meanwhile, just do a practice. Yes, guys, I'm back. Okay, Purti Sharma asked one question. Where can we see all DAX? Good. So here is a link. You see here my screen DAX documentation. This one, DAX functions. If you all go to this website, right, you will see DAX functions there. So by practicing and all, right, you will get to know how many DAX we have, how these functions are striking in my mind because of practice, because of work, right? So if you do practice or once you engage to any project, right, so we'll get to know these all functions. You see here, if you say here date stuff, related stuff, documentation, you will get here. You see this nice documentation with syntax and examples. Okay, we have seen minimum also, right? Mini DAX. So in our course, we are probably going to learn almost 50 above DAX, 50 to 55, I guess, or more than that. Okay, so you will get some good understanding how you can write DAX and all. If you want to learn more, then you can always refer this link. Microsoft will give you syntax and clear expressions and I mean explanations.
Abdul,
Yes,
sorry to interrupt, but the file or the text file you have just opened, like links, I'm not able to see that link.
this one. So this is in
Yes.
Google Drive only. This is in Google Drive.
Yes, yes,
Again,
from Google Drive itself.
okay, yeah, I placed again here. I shared you all this links. Okay, so there is
Okay.
flag. Yeah, okay,
Out, out of all of these links, very few links are there in the links folder. Sorry,
yeah,
file.
yeah. Just give me. Sorry, I missed you, Sharma. I just shared this link, right? You asked the same question. So for your question, I just answered. So you can see all DAX functions in that link. Yeah, Kiran, go ahead. What you were saying?
Okay, I was saying is that out of all the links, very few links are there in the links file
No, no
from
worries,
the
no
Google
worries.
Drive.
As and when needed, right? Definitely, I will share this links here.
Sure, sure. Thanks.
Okay, no worries. Guys, is it all clear? So it's very simple. We have taken year, we have taken quarter, we have taken date, we have taken date also here. So there is a slight difference when you're working with date function. As I said, you see here, this is the one way when you extracting something from date column, when you add something like this square and you will get these options, but you won't see this option for other columns. Okay, this is only for date column. Date has a scope to drill further. If you have a date, you can extract year, you can extract a day, you can extract month, you can extract quarter, right? That's the reason we have a option to get directly from this drop down. This is the one way, and another way how you can get the same things, you have separate DAX function month to get the month. Both are same, you will get the same information in the both the ways, but we have other ways. Okay, yes, Sharma, you will see only DAX at a one time. Now what we'll do, we have applied few DAX here, right? Let's apply few more DAX. Let's take some few more columns in order tables. Let's close this. Click on order tables to get the data of orders. You see now? Getting? Yes, no. Now let's go to our PPT. These all are we discussed. Row context, I will come back to here. So as I said, right, operators, these all are operators we can perform within DAX. Plus, minus, greater than symbol. We'll see. Reference, if now just now what we have done, we referred order date, right, column in calendar table. That is called reference. Referring to some other columns called a reference. Argument minimum maximum in with calendar syntax we pass two arguments. That is called arguments, min and max. Okay, these expressions, if you are adding something, sum of some number, it's called a expressions. Okay, so don't worry, again as and when needed, right, I will highlight those things. It's not important to know this all terminology, guys. Yeah, if you see here, we have some aggregations, we have counting, few logical tags, few information tags, something about date and text, right? We'll see all of this. So what is information? This always give true or false. It always give true or false. My name is there, for example. Is it text or is it number? I will say it's a text. So I can pass, to check it, I can pass DAX function. Say, is it text? If it is text, I'm going to pass this. So if it is text, then it'll say yes, it's a text as a true. Okay, if it is not text, it will simply say false. It always give true or false. So when we will use this information, 100%, let's say benefit of doubt, we'll say 99%, we'll use these functions in if condition. In if condition, we'll use probably wherever you see, I mean, which need true or false as an input to evaluate something. Wherever, for example, we have something row level security. There we have to write few calculations. So whatever you write that calculation, at the end, it should always give true or false to execute this security. Okay, let's take another example. You know all conditional formatting. I'm explaining you business case where we will use this informations. You know all conditional formatting in Excel or anywhere. Based on my condition, for example, there is a 2000, a value is there. I want to highlight in green color. Okay, so I will put one condition on this. If my value is greater than 2000 or equal to 2000, turn into red color. So this is called conditional formatting, right? So the conditional formatting always expect true or false as a input. Getting? So in such scenarios, you will write information tags in if function, RLS, or somewhere around in conditional formatting. Wherever you see that area is expecting to get true or false input, then you will write these functions. Wherever you see, wherever you see any function or any what you called any activity which requires input as true or false. In that scenario, we will use this one because this function always give true or false. These function also always give true or false. Okay, in the scenario, you will use this one. Okay, let's not go in detail again. I think you are getting confused, but you can make a note of it. This. Let's see. We'll try to understand these functions. You see here, order table. I have some table. Here also I can add new column. I'm just giving one example. You can experiment this all is number, is blank, is text, is error and all. Okay. Let's take new column. I want to see, I want to check whether my cells are having any blanks or not. Is blank. So we have some blank values in where we have in, I think, in postal code, we have few blanks. Let's see, we just evaluate. I have to pass is blank. You see, is blank. What is it? What is it's expecting to pass one value? So here I will pass that column name here. Postal. You can say postal code also. So it will highlight. It's there in order tables. It will highlight in that way also. Select it. Now, is it expecting anything else? Look at the syntax. Nothing is expecting. Only one value at a time. Just close the bracket. If you see the syntax, the definition, read the definition. Check whether a value is blank and returns true or false. If my value is, if this cell is blank, then it will return true. If this value is, if this postal code cell is has any value, then it will say false. Means it's not a blank. Postal code, postal code. Close the bracket. Just hit and enter now. You see now is blank column will be placed here. You see now is blank. True. You will see only true because you have a blank cells here. Let's filter it out. Let's say false. False means you should expect some value there. You see values. It always give you true or false. Getting? Guys, is it clear? Just go ahead and just get these things. Is blank, is number, is text, is error on different columns. Perform this for three functions. For each error you won't get any true value because in order to get true value there should be error in your column, something like this division errors. We don't have this division error in our data, right? We don't have this division error in any column. So for this you don't get true, you will get always false. Okay, but just give a try. You all are clear? You just give a try. Is number, is text. Is number means what it does, it will check whether it's a number or not. If it is number, then it will give you true. If it is not, then it will give you false. That's it. Quickly, guys. Kiran, just do a check. Just give a check. Is null, we have is null or not. Edureka guest. Can you just first give a try this? No, it will say true or false. You see, is text. Let's add new column. This is another way. Let's not explore another ways. We'll stick to only one way. New column is text. Is text. You see here, it always give on which, let's order IDs. Yes, I'm performing is text on order IDs. You see, you always get true or false. Rahul, I got error for is error. Okay, if it is not text, see it's purely based on your functions. If you are saying is blank, if there is a blank, then it say yes. If it is not blank, sorry, if there is a blank, then it say yes. If it is not blank, then it says yes, no. Simple. If it is text, it will give yes, true. If it is not text, then it say false. And if there is error, then it will say yes, it's error. Else no. It's up to you. You can perform these functions on any column. It's up to you. Why I'm giving this option? You should understand how you can write calculated column. Guys, quickly. Saurav, just give a try once again. Is error, is number, is text. Is very simple. Is number. Is number. Okay. Open values order IDs. Is number order ID. No. Is text. New column. Is error. I don't think so. I have error in any column. So let's pass this is error sales order sales. I can pass any column name. No hurries. False, false, false. Exactly, Saurav. It's simple English. If there is an error, then it say true. If it is not error, then it say false. That's it. Meghana, I think you missed. When we have something like this, division errors. You see 12 by 0. You see, I'm dividing 12 by 0. Mathematically, it's not correct, right? So if I say this is error, set true. And guys, remember, you can learn same thing in Excel also. You have is blank. You see is blank we have in Excel. We have is text also in Excel. We have a is error also in Excel, right? So now you're learning in Power BI. That means indirectly you can do that experiment in Excel also. Somehow you're learning Excel also indirectly. All right. Okay, cool. Now let me take you next level. All are clear? All are clear? I hope you all are clear now. Let me take you few more. You see here, length, replace, lower. Let's explore these options now. What do you mean by concatenate? Concatenate means joining two or more values. Concatenate. Joining two or more. Simple. Two or more. It's called concatenating, right? Let's see how you can concatenate. For example, I want to concatenate what I can concatenate here, which will give me clear idea. Let's see. We'll add concat. We'll join these two columns, state and city. Okay. Right click, new column. Now, guys, you just do it. I don't tell you this how you can do. You just give a try. Concatenate function. You just go ahead and do it and look at the syntax and do experiment. Raju will now we are going to do a lot of things on context. Don't worry. Just have some time. Just wait for some time. Okay. Because now we are going step by step, getting very step by step. I will take you at advanced level, and you don't know how you went to advanced level. Guys, do a concatenate quickly. Come on, guys. You want? I am trying to join these two things, state and city. There is a function called concatenate. Oh, Edureka guest already done. Come on, guys. Once done, just say done, 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 done. Concatenate state and city. Fast. State and city. Perfect. Just raise hands who done first time concatenate. Only those guys just raise hands. Because if you are already familiar with, then it's a just piece of cake for you. Ha, Sudarshan said first time. Do you see Sudarshan very hard? I see too many hands raised here. First time, yeah. Guys, it's pretty easy, right? Pretty easy. Concatenate, concatenate. Where is there? Concatenate string one, text one. Then saying, let's say state. I'm adding state. What is syntax? Comma. Then city. Right. That's it. City. Come on, city. City. Yes. So here we have a one challenge with this concatenate. What if I want to add another string? You see the what is syntax saying? I can add only two strings at a time. You see this text one and text two. What if I want to add another text? I have a challenge, right? So in order to overcome that, we'll use ampersand. You got it now, concatenate, and I'm just explaining you another way of doing. Or what if you have multiple values to add in? Let's say simply order states. I will use ampersand here. Ampersand, it's adding purpose. Let's say city. I will get the same results. So by help of this ampersand, I can add n number of characters. Or sorry, n number of names. Product name, yes, I can add product name also. If I hit on enter, what I will see, everything will be in only one line. You see, let's first what we'll do, let's remove this product name and see. Now you have to give me answer now. What I said, based on this ampersand, I can add multiple string. That is okay, that is fair enough. You see, there is no space, or it's not in a readable format, or there is no differentiator which can differentiate my city name and state. You see, everything is in one text here. So if I have some differentiator in between state and city, then that should be in meaningful way. Okay, in order to do that, what I have to do, what I said, ampersand is used for adding other strings, right? So I want to add between these two. So here what I'm doing here, I'm just giving space in quotes, giving ampersand. So when I have to use these quotes, when you want to hard code any value, okay, in that scenario you will use this quotes. Okay, for example, if I say okay, you see there it's a space. Now let's add two more space. You see now there, now it has some meaning. I can add another string also, ampersand. For example, let's give some product name. I can give product name also here, or else we'll give some segment. All right, again, if I add this segment, I don't get space here. So what I will do, I will add extra space here by quotes. You see now, yes, you can put comma, space, whatever you want to put, you can. Good. Exactly. Perfect, guys. See, very easy, right? So now again, what is length? I don't tell you what is length. You go there and see, add one column, new column. You just say len, Len, and read the definition of the length function and pass one column name. Guys, quickly you have to do this. Fast, fast. Perfect. Length of postal code. You can give any numerical column, or you can give any categorical column also. It will give you only number of characters. You see number of characters in your string. Let's say postal code. Length of postal code. It will give you values. You see here few postal codes with four letters, four digits, and few postal codes with 5 digits. And if I don't have postal code, then it's giving just null values, right? Perfect. Lower, what it does, what it does. Kiran, if you say order concat, it will give all the characters in that column. Yes, it will turn all the text into lower cases. No, it will, sorry, it will start from one. Lower in the sense, this values, this text will convert into lowercase, lowercase, lowercase. Now I'm saying lower. Do we have upper? Yes, we have. We don't have proper, I guess. We don't have proper here. No, we don't have proper. Let's say lower, then add region. All will be in lowercase. In Excel also you will see lower and upper and proper also you will see. In Power BI we don't have a proper. You see all are in lowercase. Okay, that's it now. Now that's it. You can just do experiment on this replace and all. Okay, now we'll see summation, minimum and maximum values. These are pretty simple again. Okay, now we have done so much on calculated columns. Let's see calculated field measure now. Okay, I want to get this value here, what I did in superstore data. You see here, I said this is my calculated measure. Okay, so same thing can be done in our Power BI also. For that you, how you can take for now. See, this is my order tables. Guys, one thing, yeah, I will tell you later. Just give me a second. This is my order table. Okay, you click on any column name, these three dots horizontally placed, click on new measure. Okay, now here same line number one measure, you can give any name. I'm saying total sales. Okay, sum of what? Column name. Do I have to pass order ID? Will it give any value here if I pass order ID? No. Why? My order ID has alphanumeric. It's a text in a it's a data type is a text. So if I pass any alpha in some function, it will throw error. So I have to pass only those column which has a numerical values. So in my case, I have a sales here. You see sales, then close the bracket. Say okay. Now you see this total sales will be placed somewhere else here. You see this one. Now, what is the differentiator for normal columns and measures? If you have a measure, that will be shown in calci icon. You see here, this is a calci icon. That means it's a measure. So we added few calculated columns, right? It will show table with fx. That means it's a calculated field. So by looking at these symbols, you can differentiate, okay, what is normal column and what is calculated DAX driven for a column and what is measure. You see? Okay. Now what I did, you take any column and on any column name, you will see those three dots horizontally placed. Click on it. You see new measures. Click on new measures. You will get some formula bar, something like this. Okay, this one stands for first line. You can give your name. You have to give measure name like how we have given in column name. Same way measure name here followed by equal. Then there is a function called sum. In some function you have to pass numerical column. In my case I passed numerical column as a sales. That's it. Now it's a measure. How to see that value now? So we'll extensively we are going to work on visual. In that scenario I will explain you these visuals. For now just simply click on this table. You will see one table is populated on our canvas. Now drag this total sales onto this. You see here columns, add data field here. You just place there. You see there now these all are my total sales. Let me quickly check. I'm going to Superstore data. I'm just selecting all my sales. You see 1264 some values there here. Same value is populated in my Power BI also, and this value I'm getting from sum. This called a calculated measure. Getting guys? Edureka guest, just give a try concatenate function. Okay, this is now it's called as a measure. Why we are calling this measures? Because this is sitting only in this place. Once you trigger this onto canvas, then only it will calculate this formula. Until unless you're not calling this onto your canvas, it will simply sitting in this place only. But if you look at the calculated columns, you calling them onto your canvas or not, it always give you or it's already performed there. So you see this one here, you all see you can see those calculated column values here. But do you see here measures anywhere else? No. The sum of sales, where we have sum of sales in here, you don't see here. It will be displayed once you call onto your canvas. Once you call onto canvas, it will display the number. See, this is the table. You see this table? You click on it, you will see this table. Now call that measure total sales. How you just drag and drop into the here this column values. Place it. You will see total sales. That's it. Edureka, exactly. It will show only on the fly. So when it comes to performance, measures always perform very well when you compare with calculated DAX, because calculated field, it's already calculated. It always there. It eats up a lot of memory. But measures, until unless you're not calling them onto the canvas, it will not take memory. Right? You see now, this is sales. Now I'm simply for your understanding purpose, I'm adding some segments here. The moment when I add segment, my measures size. By default, my measure will split based on my segments. You see now what I did? I simply drag the segment. Don't confuse, just what you have to understand here, how you can write DAX here. You see, now I want to know maximum sale in my consumer. I want layer, let's put in simple way. I want to see maximum sale. How do you do? First, at most important, measure name, max sale. Then there is a one max also, right? Function we used for to get max latest date. Here we are using to get maximum sale. You see maximum. Now pass sales here column. So from this it will give you maximum sales. Say okay. Okay. Now let's put it in this table. Where is max sale? Yeah, here it is max sale. Just put it in here. You see, this is a maximum sale in consumers. This is a maximum sale in corporate. This is a maximum sale in home office. From where did I get? By using this DAX. It's called a measure. Now again, I'm doing once again. I want to see minimum sales again. Right click on any column, click on measures. Okay, these all are measures now. Minimum sale, first utmost important to call to name it my function minimum sale. Minimum, then I'm passing sales. So in this sales column, it will pick minimum sale, right? Where is minimum then? Same way you can do average also. Just give a try with average. You see minimum sale is this. If I go back to my Excel, I will see same numbers there also. Okay, what I did, I placed segment. This is my table, right? So here I have a segment also. Segment column is there. Segment. I place this segment column in my tables. Something like this. You see, these are all total sales, max sales, minimum sale. So this is my measures. If I drag any dimension on this, by default, it will segregate it to segment. These are my consumer sale. This is my corporate sale. This is my office sales. Something like that. It's like pivoting in Excel. Okay. Clear now? Now you can, what you can do experiment. You will do average of your sales. That's it. You can do average of sales. Okay. There is another way also to get this, but we are more interested to learn DAX. That's the reason we are using DAX functions here. Okay, let's go ahead with some other functions. Counting. We have a counts also, right? Function. Guys, remember always when we have to use count function, when it will come to the picture. You know dimensions. Now by this time you know dimension. Now you know measures also by this time. Measure always contain numerical stuff. Yes, no. And dimension always contain text related stuff. File region, country, age, and all. Age, no, age is not. Probably date also, you can say. Sometimes date also consider as a dimension. But let's take a simple example. Country. Can you do mathematical operation on countries on dimensions? No. Answer is no. Right? But can you count how many countries are there? Yes. Answer is yes. I can count dimensions. For example, one business scenario, I want to know how many sales. You see this word how many, that indicates we are trying to count something. How many sales? Where? in in India. This India is a dimension, right? So I will say what I will say, count of India per se, right? Then it will give me the some number X number 100 sales in India. So count always works with dimensions, right? Or you can perform calculation on dimensions only with count. Average, sum, min, max, that will not work on dimension because it's all text, right? But you can only perform counting. Getting here? Okay, just give a try this minimum, maximum, average quickly. Let me do it. Meanwhile, I will bring one simple scenario for you. Just guys, just don't look at my screen. Just give a try this max, minimum, average. So I hope all of you done right. Cool. Raju, you're asking for data. Oh my God, this is superstore data, Raju. Don't scare me, yeah. So you see now, I just drawn one pivot table in superstore data. So you see column rows here. This pretty much dimensions we always place. You see these values. This is always expect numerical stuff. You see here sigma summation. This is a summation, right? Yeah. It always expect numerical value. Okay. If I place here sum sales, sorry. So it will give me sum of sales. Okay. That's understood. But what if I place any dimensions? For example, if I place city is a dimension, right? So it's a city is a dimension. If I place this, by default it will do counting. You see, it's count of city. That means in Africa we have a 679 records here. Let's remove this. You see order ID also alphanumeric. That means we cannot perform any mathematical operation then on this, right? Order ID is a combination of alphanumeric. If only order ID has a numeric, then we might have done some mathematical operations. But order ID has only alphanumeric. Okay, see if I pass this order ID into values, it will give the count by default. Means in Africa in first class we have a 679 orders. We are counting orders. How many orders are there in Africa region? We have 679 orders which placed under first class. In Africa city, how many orders are there? Overall 4587. And if I drill down further, in standard class I have these many orders, in second class these many orders, same day in these many call orders. So what are we are I'm why I have shown this pivot table to highlight this one, to highlight this one. So if you place any dimension in measures, it will by default count it. Correct? Here you don't see those sum, average and all. Let's put it back. Let's place sales here, sales here, and you see here drop down. In drop down you can perform mathematical operation. You see here you can perform average, max, minimum and all. Same thing in Power BI also, and count also, right? So that's the reason what I said, can't always expect you dimensions. That really makes sense. You cannot count sales, right? I mean, you can do a count, but you cannot perform summation mathematical operations on dimensions. It's not valid, right? So let's erase this all. Let's see the basic example. I want to know how many orders placed. All right. For that, what I will do, new measures, total orders. For that, count. You see, count the numbers in a column. Simply, I'm saying order IDs. Done. Now you will see the business case. Now I'm placing this card here. Total orders. Place this in field. You see, 51K orders are there. That means all the rows it's calculating. Getting now? Yes, no? Getting? Yes, no? Done something? Please respond. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Now, what is the business scenario here? Okay, let's try to understand. Now, I want to see orders placed in New York City. Now, it makes a lot of sense now. I want to see orders placed in New York City. This is my business requirement, problem statement. Or how many orders were placed in New York City. You understood this problem statement? You see how many, that means the number orders were placed in New York City. So you all know count if. One is count. By default, it will give you all the count. In Excel, we have a count if also. That means you can pass some condition. Based on that condition, it will give you the number. So same way, like in Excel, we have a count if. In Power BI, we have a count X also. Count X means you can pass filter. Here what we have a filter, one is how many orders, one question is how many orders are there, how many orders placed. This is one question without any filter. This question is with filter, New York City. So when you see any filter in your problem statement, you blindly use count X. All right, let's see. We'll do same in Power BI. You see new measures, New York, New York orders, New York orders. Count X, count X. Now you see here table. It's what is saying? It's asking you to give a table. Okay, just look at my screen. I am passing table blindly. That's it. Okay. Now what is expressions now here? I have to pass order IDs here. Order IDs. I will decode this. Don't worry. This will give you all the values. 51K, all the rows. Why? Because we passed whole table without applying any filters, right? Wherever you see one thumb rule, you have to understand, wherever you see table, you see the first argument says table, so that means you have to pass table name here. That is point number one. Point number two, wherever you see table, you have a scope to pass a table by applying filter also. Filter table also you can apply, you can pass. Let me go back to Excel, you will understand. See, this is my whole table without any filter, right? What I'm saying by filter, if I say city, New York City, You see now, this is also table, you agree, but I applied filter on city column. All right, one is this is one whole table, one is this is also table but filter table with city called New York. So we have to pass this city, we have to pass this table to Power BI, right? Internally also, internally it does the same thing. New York orders, count X. This is simple whole table. No, I don't want to pass whole table. I want to filter it out. For that, you have to say filter. Again, you see here table. Now I am passing whole filter. Take whole filter first. And what is my filter expression? I am saying city. Okay, city equal to only New York City. Take only New York City first. Okay, now syntax is close bracket. This is done. Filter is done. So what it does internally, it will take only New York City information. You see this table, it will take only this table. Once it takes this table, then what is the expression? It will count order IDs. Order IDs. These are context, right? This is already context. So it will take only this New York City as a table. Once this is done, it will start counting order IDs. Say okay. I will stop in 2 minutes. We'll explore. Will see advanced level context. Where is New York City here? I will close session in 2 minutes, guys. Just bear with me. New York orders. You see now, if you look at the value, it's saying in New York there were only 915 orders placed. So is it correct? Let's validate in Excel. So I filter New York City, right? Let's see how many orders are there. You see top bottom, bottom left hand side, bottom left hand side 915. You see the 915. I repeat once again. Forget about this. What is my problem statement? I want to see number of orders which were placed in New York City. For that, I have a count X. Okay. Here table. Point number one. You can pass whole table. If you pass whole table, order ID, it will give you all order counts. 51K again. But here, whenever you see table, that means you can pass table by applying filter also. For that, what I have to say filter. I'm filtering. Filtering on what? On tables. Okay. What is filter? Normal English. What is filter? Filter is New York City. On which, where is that New York City? In city column. In city column, I have a New York City. If it is equal to New York City, this filter is done. What it does? First, it will take whole order table and it will apply the filter on New York City. Once this is done, it will pass to this context function. And once it take that call or table, then it will perform count on order IDs. Clear? 915. Yeah, I'm just stopping now. Is that clear? And we are going to perform more calculation on context tomorrow. Segment level, region level, whatnot, everything we are going to do tomorrow on context. Once you are clear with context, so I'm not going to teach anything on SumX because both are same. Sum means it will do calculation on numbers. Count means it do calculation on dimensions. So if you're perfect in context, it's SumX is dead easy. Is that clear, all of you? Any questions you have? Now we are at 10:30, right? Unmute all. Guys, any questions you can speak.
Hi Abdul.
Hey, hi, may I know who is this?
Yeah, Rahul here.
Hi
Uh,
Rahul.
Mr. Can you please again explain the New York order?
Sure. Just hold on. Any other queries, guys?
Hi, yes,
Abdul.
Uh,
you just okay. Abdul, this is Kiran.
Hi Kiran.
Okay, I have two questions. You have just declared one thing, instructions for the tomorrow's session. Can you please repeat that? And the second one is there any way to just automate few things in the Power BI?
What do you want to automate?
Like in the reporting, or we are creating some reports, right? So while
Okay.
creating the reports and doing some analysis and the measurements, do we have that facility to just automate few things? I'm not sure about all exactly what my manager want to automate the things, but yes, this is the project requirement. So I was curious and I'm just learning. So I wanted to
So
know.
automation is, see, what you will do generally, you will prepare report only once. So data will be coming from database to your Power BI, and this report always refresh automatically. In Excel, what you have to do, you have to do again and again, right? Here it's not like that. You will place data once, everything will be taken care by default. Okay. In data also, you can add data also by doing some data flow and all. Getting?
Abdul, sorry to interrupt. My question is, I'm prepared the management report. Okay, so there is a
Okay.
order unit, sales, then margin and order intake, all of these. So we need to uh, prepare all the data as like we prepare the import file in this format.
So you need to have data in tabular format for point number one. Okay, point number two is, so if you are familiar with DAX functions, right? Whatever you are saying, that can be possible by writing DAX calculations.
Okay.
Trend, percentage, attrition level, okay, variance and whatnot, everything. Trend also you can write. Through DAX, you can write all operations, all mathematics you can do.
So flow are same, nothing else.
Yeah, yeah, same.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank. Yeah.
So I'm repeating once again this context formula. So do you understand this problem statement? One problem statement is how many orders placed. So without any condition here, I can use count. If you have a condition filter on your orders table, something like this, how many orders were placed in New York City, then I have to use context function. Okay, like in Excel, we have a county function. In Power BI, we have a context function. X means you can apply filter on table. You see now, let's say, let's remove once again this context, go on mute. Okay, you see table one is something like this. You can add, this is a problem statement one. You can add something like this to get all orders, because we are not applying anything. This also work. But my problem statement saying I need to get the orders only for New York. All right. So here, wherever you see this table, right? Here you have a option to pass a table with filter condition. I'm applying filter on this table. Filter table is orders. In order table, I want to apply a filter on city column. So city, take city column. What is your city? Pass that city in quotes by saying equal sign New York City. That's it. Close the bracket. Now you see table. Now my table is on with my table holds only New York data here. Now what is expressions? Syntax is saying comma. I'm saying comma. What is expression? I have to pass order IDs here. If I pass order ID, my count, this function will trigger and it will give the count of orders. This formula, this function will trigger. That's it. You'll see 950 orders are placed in New York City. Getting? I hope this is clear now.
Hi Abdul, Prashanti
Hi.
here. So
Yeah,
this
tell me,
DAX
Prashant.
Yeah, so my query is, so we are calculating the measures right here, New York orders.
Yeah,
So these are on fly. So when coming to the calculated column, those are memory constraint. Those, I mean, those
correct,
will occupy.
correct. It will occupy some memory, it will occupy some size also. That's true,
Oh,
right?
okay, thank you.
Yeah, hi Abdul.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, Raju this side. Raju this side.
Yeah,
Actually,
go
I
ahead, Raju.
need some. I need some basic information that what is the meaning of the data analytics? Can you give
What
me some small example that because I think
what is
every
what is?
data
Could you repeat once?
data
Data
what is a data analyst?
data
Data
analysis.
analysis
Data data analysis.
analysis.
Analysis. Okay, data analysis.
Okay.
So
Yes.
data
Yes.
analysis is nothing but you are drawing some insights from the data. That's it. Data
Okay.
analysis
Now,
means
what kind of a data? Just suppose this data is like sales
they
data.
it data could be anything, boss. It could be sales data, it could be health domain data, it could be bank related data, it could be anything. Okay, if you are
For
going
example,
to any
if
MS, for
this is
example, yeah, I'm giving examples. This is data you understood, this is a sales data you understood, these many sales are taken place and so date, for example, in on so and so region and all. So out of this what I
okay,
can take, okay, these many sales taken place so region and so product, something like that. I can take some insights. For example, if it is health domain, okay, which medicine is uh, consumed by more number of people, okay, whether this medicine is working properly or not. Okay, predictive analysis. Recently this vaccine released, right? So before they
okay,
released, they are going to perform some experiments. Okay, how they will do the experiments? They will give this vaccine to bunch of people, on sample people, and they will record each and every behavior of those patients. Okay,
okay,
once they conclude, okay, they started recording everything and they do some predictive analysis on this, and they come to one conclusion. Okay, so if I place this vaccine to a person, then there is a high chances that they are not going to affect with coronavirus, right? That can be
okay,
called as a
yeah,
analysis. You can see an variation in the process also. Okay, for example, if you are working in any BPO, people are calling to us for to sell their product, right? Or we are calling to our service provider to fix our problems. So how many minutes I am talking to my customer, right? That can be
okay,
seen in my table, and I can get, okay boss, you are taking too much time with customer, why don't you hang up call within 15 minutes?
okay,
There is a benchmark. You have to hang up a call within 20 minutes. You should not call more than you should not have a call with customer more than 10 minutes. That kind of analysis you can see, variations you can see with data. All right,
okay,
if you're
okay,
purchasing any mobile phone in your Amazon, you see the recommendations comes in. Boss, you purchased your mobile phone, why don't you purchase Bluetooth? Right, it's also analysis. Yes, any
okay.
other guys?
Abdul.
Yeah, hi
Yeah, Abdul.
Abdul.
Hi.
This is Saurabh here.
Yeah,
So I wanted to ask, like,
just
just
just,
somebody
just
has
give me a
asked
second.
regarding the memory.
Just sorry, just give me a second, guys. We are done
Oh,
with session. If you have any queries, stay here. Otherwise, you can drop. Yeah, please go
yeah.
ahead.
Hi, this is Nilesh. So somebody has asked about the memory. So how much memory one Power BI report can hold, or how much data it holds?
So basically, in real time, we are not going to import data in our local system.
Mhm.
Okay, if you are trying to import very huge data, right, it will crash. To be honest. Okay, if you are having huge data and you are trying to import the data in your laptop memory, your Power BI will close automatically. It went into a not
Yeah, but
responding
is
mode.
there any
Like sometimes in
limitation?
Excel,
Like,
right? Yeah, limitation.
uh,
There is not such limitation, because you are going to perform to you are going to write DAX, right? So DAX will take a lot of memory. So generally how it will happen, generally in real time also, will have a will import partial data. For example, there are 1,000 records. For example, 1,000 records are there in database. You will take only
okay,
500 records from the database. You do the import. Okay, you do some
okay,
analysis on that. Then you will place this report into your server. Okay, then from server you will connect this Power BI desktop. Okay, then you will do some refresh. I will show you how you can refresh your data set. So this will be then, that will be taken care by your server. You will not have any problem. That is one way. And another way is, some few times you will not input the data in your Power BI desktop. You will connect with your data source database. Direct connectivity is there. That means you're not taking any data. Your data is in database only. You're just taking data in your analysis purpose. Raw data, you won't get raw data in your data Power BI desktop. Your data will be sitting in your database only, but you are drawing some analysis and visuals in your Power BI desktop.
Okay.
Abdul, one more question.
Yeah.
If we have not available the service like corporate ID to save the my
Mm,
published data,
mm.
so is it any way to save on desktop on other side, other drive?
See, if you don't have corporate ID, right, you cannot place your Power BI desktop into Power BI services. That is point number one. You need to have a corporate of office email address properly.
Yeah, I have the email address, but they have to authorize from.
So that you have to check with your IT people.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
fine, fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I will check. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Sure.
you.
Yeah, hi Abdul, Saurabh here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
go
Abdul.
ahead. You are
Yeah,
asking
Abdul.
about the modeling and all.
Yeah. Actually, see, the main purpose of modeling is to what our operation we're doing in the modeling side. The main purpose is to reflect in the visualization side, right?
Yes. Yes.
This is the only purpose, or any other work we have in the modeling?
No. See, in modeling, what? So at the goal is, what is your end goal? You are going to bring visuals. All right.
Yeah, correct.
This
Correct.
is your end goal. You are going to draw some reports here. This is your end goal. You are going to bring some report. So
Yes.
whatever I need information, it will never always stay in one single table, right? You don't have all the information in single table.
Yes.
Whatever you need, that information will be split in multiple tables. Table 2, table 3, and table 4 and all. Okay.
Okay.
These all are independent table. So in order to arrive with one visual, what you have to do, you have to connect this all tables with common column.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
Columns.
joining them.
Correct.
So once you join, logically this become a one single table. Okay, initially it was all independent tables, but now you
Yes.
join with
Yes.
common columns.
Common
Then
columns.
logically it become a one single table. With this single
Yes.
table, you will going to perform these visuals. That's how it will work.
Having two condition that means it should be having same column names should be having same data type and both the column names are equal, right?
Correct, correct. That is a thumb rule. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, guys. Any other
Abdul,
questions? Yeah,
yes, just continuing to last question. You just explained that there should be some relation. We create some relation and then we are creating models, right? But in
right.
RDBMS, already tables are present in the relational format. Then again, we are creating the relations between the table.
Yes. See, sometimes yeah, there is a DB guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
This DB guy will give you sometimes packages. You know these packages, data packages, or you can call them as
SSIS.
a packages, or you can call them as a data mart.
Okay.
Okay, data mart, something like this. Okay, so if he is giving you as a package, in that case you don't need to bring this model. By default you will see the all the relationships,
Hmm.
but most of the time, probably 80% or 90%, we don't doubt what I'm saying. So most of the time, how you work in real time, you will be given 1 DB access, DB server details. There you will
Hmm.
see all the tables placed. So you will understand, before you do this all, you will understand their product first, their data and all.
Hmm.
Okay, you will see all the tables, and you want to do some visuals, and you don't find that information in single table, but you have a DB access. You will spend
Hmm.
some extra time. 1 week or 2 weeks time to understand these all the table and their information. So what you will do, you will drag these all tables in your Power BI and you build one model here. With this model, you are going to prepare a report. This is how generally happens.
Okay, but what
Getting?
I'm saying is that in the database table already has some relations in between them.
See, if already, yeah, for example, there is a one fact table already placed. And if you feel that it's okay to have this single table, then you don't need to have model. Getting? So when model is required, when you feel that your required information is not stored in single table, remember,
Okay.
if you feel
Okay.
that your required information is not stored in single table and that information is splitted in multiple tables, you will drag those tables and prepare one logical table in single format. You call as a fact table also if you're from DB background. But your DB guy is already giving you fact table and you feel that okay, this information is sufficient to do analysis, then you're not going to build any models. But what I'm saying, 80 to 90%, you always get different tables and you have to do this modeling in your Power BI desktop. Okay, any
Okay,
other
got it.
questions?
Thanks.
Abdul,
Yeah.
this is Neha here.
Hi, Sneha.
Hi. One question, like we created a new table over here, right, today?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So are we
Yes,
using it somewhere in the modeling?
yes, we are going to use it. We'll use it.
So we'll create new joins for that, right?
Yes, you see this master table, right? Master table. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can have this. You can join this master date with other
Mm-hmm.
tables also. We'll do it.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah, Abdul, final question.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah,
Okay. Please go ahead.
yeah, in the master data date table, right?
Mhm.
Actually, I mean, the question is very simple, saying that the versions of the Power BI desktop is completely different. If I mean the versions are different, the DAX functions also will get differ.
No, no. Probably you will see few DAX got added in new version, but syntax remains same always because this is
Yes.
yeah, this is I
Syntax
updated.
wise, it is
Uh,
fine. One thing is like, I mean, the dotted functionality which you got, right, when you are calculating
okay.
the month,
Okay.
which I'm not getting. That's what I was
Which
looking
version
for.
you are using? Because
I
I'm using very latest version. Do you see same kind of structure in your data views? This one, build visuals, and you see this one, same. These are all latest. If you see same
which one?
same like this, you see my screen visuals here.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you are looking at this one, this is the
Yeah.
latest. I updated
It is
in
also, I think it is the latest version. May 2022 it was. It is like 64-bit 2.105 version.
okay. See, I updated in the month of March this,
Okay.
but I could see those dots and all right with a date table. I see from very long back. So if it's not
Oh,
coming in your Power BI desktop, then you are writing or you are passing incorrect column name, I guess.
okay. Because I mean, I
It
tried. I
applies
mean, I
on
tried.
it applies to only date column. I said if you're passing some
Yes,
other
yes. For
column,
the date column. Yeah. If I apply to the date column itself, master data date. But the only thing is, I mean, the format, everything is, those functions are working properly, but the dot function, it is not working. The version is like May 2022 version, it is mine.
that's okay. It will work. Just give it a try once again.
Okay, fine. I'll just
Okay.
try. Yeah,
Okay,
thanks.
guys. Any other questions before I wrap up? Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Have a
Thank you, sir.
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good night.
Bye. Good night.